Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. Welcome back to our blind playthrough of Blueprints. It is day 116, let's go! I'm full of enthusiasm for what I am willing the universe to help me make happen today, and willing myself to make happen today. This is of course related to the realization that I talked about in the last episode. I have solved the cryptograph. And by the way, a couple of things about that. And I tried the idea that had originally at that day been my best idea, and then through the day realized that's not it, and actually there's a much more compelling idea that I now think must be the thing and is now my new best idea. My new best idea is what I would like to do today, which is getting the trading post in the outer room, getting access to the still, which should be the still water, I hope so, being able to get to the watering can again, which unfortunately I wasn't able to keep yesterday because I lost track of my steps and drafted weight room and did too much back and forthing and everything. Nevertheless, we're actually, I think, in a good position because first off, a lot of the things I finished off yesterday doing were setting up today. So check it out. 139 gems. Pretty good. 90 steps from sauna. Mailbox, which that's very nice. Even more gems. Sleeping mask. And coupon book, and all of these things will be helpful. And one of the other things that makes all of these things helpful, and also key card. That's pretty good. I'm going to say there's a pretty dang good setup for today. The only thing I really missed out on in terms of tomorrow rooms would have been morning room and clock tower. Clock tower, the keys would have been nice. Morning room is fine because we just have, nearly 150 gems at this stage anyway. So that's all pretty good. The other thing, of course, I missed out on was putting the watering can in the cloakroom in the code check, but that's all fine. So otherwise, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good setup for today. We don't have the scepter, and I'm actually happy about that because that gives me two good choices, I think, for what I want to do with the scepter today. I can still try to use the green scepter when I get it through Treasure Trove, in order to, let's look at the ceiling. We never look at the ceiling in here. Let's look at the ceiling. Hey, ceiling, you've been here every single day, keeping it real. So I think we can either do the same thing we did yesterday, use the green scepter to get green rooms to increase the chance of getting watering can, or we can use the blue scepter to increase the chance of getting library. And study would be so good with the gems that I had today, with the gems that I have today. But the other thing that's on our side is, of course, the very nature of trading post. So by the way, I'm not going out there yet. The very nature of trading post when I get it, because I'm going to make sure I go out there with redraws, is that I am going to be able to use whatever items I have to potentially get the watering can anyway. So we might actually just be able to get it through trading posts. So I think that's pretty exciting. So collecting items is actually going to serve us in two different ways today. One is just simply trying to get the watering can. The other is getting things we can trade. And look, I have the microchips out there as well. I think we discovered that the Aries key doesn't trade. Oh, I might have to go and check the footage on that to remember. Either way, and we've already got some items today from the mailroom. So that's all good. Let's see what we can set up for today then. Okay, workshop is a fabulous option. I can kind of go without the parlors, which is great. I love to see battery pack, and maybe battery pack, you will trade for something useful today. I appreciate it. Let's just go and do the corner room already. So there's good old coat check, but it's got nothing in it right now. My shame. Oh well, it's got nothing in it right now. I've already got the key card, which is great, but break room, you know, break room could get us secret garden key, which would still be nice to, you know, nice to have today. And kitchen, of course, good for steps. Or let's see what we can get from redraws. I didn't even manage to do observatory yesterday, so I'd really like to do that today. Shall I try one more redraw? Shall I try one more redraw? Okay, all right. Oh, there's clock tower. There you are. Okay. In that case, let's, you know, look, we could do this to get a couple of redraws. I'm not going to have tomb today, so it would only be that. Or I could do this to see what keys we can get, and it lets us go forward. So I think on balance, let's do good old dependable break room. Let's get calculator ready. So 10, and then whiskering to 100, minus 2080, minus 2060, divided by 6, 10. Nice. Oh, this makes a nice symbol in the middle there, actually, that combination. Anyway, what are we doing? We're starting with 11, and then all of this is half inverted and rounded. Okay, so 11 minus 2.5, and then we're rounding to, I think, let's round up to 9, and we're inverting to 9. Yeah. And then minus 2.5 again. Oh, I did that the wrong way around. Whoops. So it's actually 11 minus 2.5, 8.5. We're inverting to 58. I was thinking that wasn't making sense. I was thinking this isn't working out. These numbers are not making sense. Okay, so 58 from the inversion, and then we're rounding, but we don't need to because it's already rounded. So 58. Then minus 2.5, 55.5. Inverting is exactly the same, but then if we round, let's round up to 56. And then 56 minus 2.5 to 53.5, which again, inverting does nothing. No, it doesn't. All right. And then rounding just takes me to a number that doesn't make sense. Huh? Let's try this again. Rebecca, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? 11. That's it, yeah? 11. It's just 11. There's nothing else but this. From 11, we first half of 5. We subtract 2.5. That gets us 8.5. We invert that. Oh, silly me. We invert that to 5.8. That's the thing. We invert that to 5.8, and then we round it up to 6. Okay, 6 minus 2.5. 53.5. So we invert that. Okay. We invert that. This is the first time I think I've actually had to do this kind of rounding with like a double digit number, and then so that would invert to 5.35, and then we would round that down to 5. Okay, and then from 5 we take 2.5. We have 2.5 then. We invert that to 5.2 and round that to 5. I mean, I kind of suspected it was going to be 5 anyway. All right, silver key. Not bad. So we might as well go up. I mean, treasure trove would be great for letting us already get started. But The problem is that I don't want to do the scepter yet, because if I'm able to get the watering can already, let's say from Trading Post, then I'd like to try the treasure trove with blue to make study and library more likely. So I might go observatory right now and see how this can help us out. I mean, that's already great. So that kind of gives me, although I do not want to use up the stars, of course, it at least gives us a backup. It gives us some security for getting Trading Post at least. But let's keep trying to get regular, like other forms of redrawing for sure. Oh, okay. So already, I really don't want to dead end this spot if I can, but maybe I just freaking will. Maybe I just freaking will. And we'll just try and go up from entrance hall. We have key cards, so we have a bit more security around exits. To be honest, let's go commissary. I do need the keys, but maybe commissary will have, yeah, all right. This gives us a really, really good, this is great. And ultimately having things like sledgehammer is going to save us on keys anyway. And all of this is more things we can trade in Trading Post. So that works out well for me. I like that. All right. Thank you, Observatory. Thank you, Break Room. Thank you, Commissary. Thank you, Workshop. And I'm also motivated to not make contraptions because contraptions reduces the number of things I have, and I just want more things. So let's go this way. Well, that would get me... I was really hoping for a 3 exit room here, but let's go Nook. So at least we got keys. Yep. So a little bit of key security there. There's a... Yeah. Let's go parlor so that we're heading east. I don't really need the gems right now, so I'm just going to leave them. And if I think of anything interesting to try with the wind-up key, we have that as an option anyway. All right, here. Okay, absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you, wings. I know that the wings are really good at offering 3-door rooms a lot of the time anyway, so that's excellent. Because I really want to make it down to the corner. So let's put good old conference room here. Nothing on offer. And let's see what we can get here in the corner. I mean, conservatory is already a good option. However, I'm thinking before I draft any green rooms, let's get spare veranda first. Because then I think we can make the best use of the green rooms we have. So boudoir would be a good option here anyway, just to get some redraws. But let's see. Let us see. And even maybe putting coat check just to sort of get it out of the pool could be a good thing to do. All right, well, given all of this, I might do walk-in closet because we get 4 items and they're... Oh, hey! Yeah, that's great. So there's a couple of redraw die, which is as good as I would have gotten from anything else anyway. Cool, and I'm going to leave the cupcake here for now. Thank you so much. I love getting the cupcake. It's still a food I don't see very often. And it's delightful, right? The cupcake is just delightful. I mean, I could even go, like, look, I've got a couple of redraw options. We've got the star redraws. I could even just go and get Trading Post right now. Let's do one more draft. Let's do one more draft. Okay. Yeah, East Wing Hall is good just to open up some more possibilities. In that case, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Cool. Then let's put classroom here. That gets us a little bit of redrawing. There's an apple there if it's useful for if it could be useful for experiments. And yeah, let's go and just make sure Trading Post is out there waiting for us. The weird thing is that I know, and this is, you know, this slightly sucks, I know that I'm almost like creating, so here's the way I see this. This is the soul of Piggy Bank, and I am recreating like the legacy of Piggy here, in a sense. Poor Piggy. Yeah, I you know, it would have been good to try this with more redraw die, but whatever. Let's just have a try. Oh, do I not have break room? Do I not have break room as an option? Even though I called it a day in break room. Okay, I might be using up my redraws to do this. There we go. Whoo! Okay. All is good. All is good. So we need a Trading Post. Like, I still have Blessing of the Monk and I called it a day in break room. I thought break room would be... Does break room, like, not appear out here? Because... Maybe because it already has another... Look at that. I didn't even remember that it had water. I just thought this was part of the Denny story, you know? Like, it's just fleshing out Denny's character in a way. So, of course it isn't. Of course. Like, it all makes so much sense that this is... You can just see the sky up there. That this is critical. This is critical, right? I didn't even remember that this had water in it. Amazing. Amazing. So they were making moonshine in this. What's special about this water? Like, what I was originally thinking, this is the thing, like, I was originally thinking the still was super important because I thought this still is here because it's related to what I'm imagining Blackwater is, you know, like how, like it's something about how the magic of, you know, everything here works. But then I was like, oh no, they're just making and selling moonshine with this. Like, maybe originally it had that purpose, but, you know, these guys just used it to make moonshine. However, you know, I suppose there's two possibilities. One, maybe it's still magic because it did used to be involved in Blackwater, otherwise magic sort of things. Or maybe by moonshine, they actually mean not what my understanding of moonshine is. Maybe they, except surely not, because he said, surely they mean alcohol, because he even said now we can make use of like the, you know, like the potato and stuff in the root cellar. Yeah. But what I was going to say is maybe there's a chance that what they mean is, I don't know, something, you know, like rogue moonshine, you know? Maybe it's something more special. Okay, so let's just have our check first off. Okay, so far there's no offering of watering can. I could try something I don't really need, like coupon book. That gets us magnifying glass. That gets us dye. Okay, well, let's keep that for now. So now, like, some of these options have changed now. It's still hard to get, and that gets me key. It's still hard to get a grip on how this all works. Okay. We can bring the microchips. Why not? We'll at least collect them, and we'll have another go in a bit. Yeah. If I do trade them, then I'm definitely not getting into the blue door today. But that's fine. I've got bigger, well, not bigger. I've got particular ambitions for today. Particular ambitions. I'm just thinking, should I even try the microchips right now? I mean, it uses a few steps. I think let's continue drafting for a bit and maybe head back with maybe some more items to try. Okay, rather than try here and miss out, or I could just commit to putting a dead end room here. Let's do it. Let's do it. We've got the key card as an option. Okay. Well, den would at least get me forward. Maybe that's fine. Or we just put another break room here. Yeah, let's put another break room here. See if we get like secret garden key or something. Yay. Okay, so we're half of this one and inverting. So 3 inverts to 3. Except it's, no, sorry, it doesn't because it's half. So 1.5 inverts to 5.1, odd number. How is this going to work out? 5.1, oh well, minus 5, so 0.1. Okay, and then times 10. That's how that works out. So 1. Then these ones we're rounding and squaring. So we're starting with 1. So this is just 0 times 1, which rounds to 0 and squares to 0. And then this is 0 times 2, rounded to 0, squared to 0. And then this is, so it's just 11. It's just 11. Take my keys and go. All right. Well, 4 keys is nice. 4 keys is nice. All right. So let's go up and draft from the 2 spaces that we have here. This is all we have. Nice. Oh, the wind up key is another thing. Okay, let's pick it up. Let's pick it up when we head back. Wind up key is another item to possibly trade, right? I'm thinking about going here rather than the edges because the edges are quite good for green rooms. Good old spare veranda. Look, I need spare veranda to make everything else more possible. Great, great, great. So this increases our chance of finding items in green rooms at least. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and we've got a couple of redraws. That's excellent. Yep, that's a good start. That's a good start. That's a good start. It's wonderful to not have to worry about gem costs for the time being. So let's go, like, passageway is quite good, but I think we'll be able to go up from East Wing Hall. So I'm actually going to do den here. Let's use passageway somewhere else. Gem. No other items. And let's draft here. I'm going to save the silver key for the time being. Let's use regular key. It's a good spot for it otherwise, but... Okay. None of these things are really what I want here, though. Is it worth using a redraw, though? Maybe not. Let's just put corridor here. No, I really want to make the most use of each space, but I suppose I'm not in a super good position for that just yet. Okay, so maybe we put treasure trove here. It's again, same as yesterday. We're creating a little cul-de-sac in the sort of, in pretty much the exact same position. But I suppose I'm doing it hoping hoping that at some point we might be able to get study to make this all kind of worthwhile. Okay. Maybe I'm wondering, like, should I just go ahead and select the scepter for green rooms already? I don't know, you know what? I might leave this. I've only got 3 keys and I don't want to get myself into a key issue. Okay, so security is good anyway. Cool, thank God I have keycard today. Wind up key, yep. I'm sure wind up key counts as an item. Once again, I suppose, no, let's set it high because I don't have key security. Yeah. Like I could choose to keep it medium to create more locked door opportunities for like secret garden. However, for the time being, yeah, I have a key issue. So let's do that. Oh, no. Back. Menu. Log into network. All right. It's coffee time. I'm powering myself up for the day. Actually, that was my last sip of coffee. Nothing, no new hints. Special orders. Such a shame it doesn't allow... Yeah, it doesn't allow you to get the... watering can. Have I ever had watering can as an option in commissary? I don't think so. So I'll do good old shovel. And we will, of course, see if we can get a good experiment going today. Let's see what we have on offer. I think it's just going to be... I think of all of these, it's going to be trash while digging. I guess these all have different benefits, don't they? I don't need the gems, but it's possible I could use the key or the die. I'd love to increase my lockpicking skills, and even just being able to open the antechamber more easily could be useful to get the crown to help with redrawing. I might go with this one today because, again, I don't have key or redraw, you know, like a lot of key or redraw security. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you, lab. And we can almost already connect with Foundation from here. It'd be really good if I could get another 3 or 4 door room here. Like maybe boiler room. Maybe boiler room is sort of the thing. Yep. All right, that'll do. And I suppose it's possible. We've got workshop, we've got battery pack. So we've got shovel, and we've also got, you know, the option of trading post. So jackhammer could be a thing today. So if I do see dig spots, I might leave them alone for the time being. Cool. So we'll have unlocked dining room already. That's good. Let's try and go from here. That's a key. That's our key spot. This is not a key spot, but I may use my redraws here to get to the corner. And of course I need to be careful with steps today. Maybe let's go ahead and use silver key here. Yeah. Because it would be really good to have any of, well, not you really. I might go for the security of dining room because Well, we've got spare veranda. I don't know. Again, I still don't know if having veranda would increase my chance of items. I'm going to go dining room actually while I have the option, because again, I'm probably still going to be able to get more, to get the green, you know, scepter to increase our chance of getting green rooms. Maybe that's just the thing. Maybe that's the thing to do for now. All right, so we can draft from here, we can draft from here, we can draft from here. This is really going to be the last place to draft, ideally, with study, if I'm able to manage it, because this is going to be very hard to navigate without a lot of redraws. We can go from security, we can go from den, we can go from East Wing Hall. All right. Maybe while I'm here in dining room, let's try this next spot. That is locked. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Rotunda's just really good in this spot. So let's do that. This gets us a lot more places to draft from. Yeah, so that works out. Let's try... This is also locked. Let's try down. Let's try down from here. There's so many different ways that this can work out today, so it makes it all, and that's also locked. Dang, man. Are you also locked? You're also locked. Oh, I mean, thank God we've got trading post as an option. Yikes. With only 2 keys, this is a bit of an issue. So I think I'm actually going to head back. All right, so let's remember we've got these 2 things in dining room. That's going to work with the aquarium, which is good because we do usually get aquarium. Could even get keys from here. Yeah, so let's do the dig spot. Let's see. Coin. Not what I need. Oh, hello. Broken left. So that means I can do the jackhammer to get redraws, which could be a really good thing. Unfortunately, it means I'm not able to trade these items. So I wonder if maybe even checking them in trading post first to see if I can just get the watering can from them, and then if not, making the jackhammer could be a thing. Maybe let's do this next spot and try and get to the corner. The corner could maybe be nice enough to give us... All right, let's do hallway here. That's perfect. Has the exit, so we want, and we get a trunk. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. Another key. I like that. And now here, could we be lucky enough to get study? And I suppose if not... Man, I could really do with showroom today as well. I suppose if not, maybe conservatory is the thing. This is the spot that I have mainly, like I've done my study of study. I've done my analysis of study where it pops up. And this is the spot where I mainly have had study. In fact, I'm checking it out now. Yeah, I've mainly had study in this spot more than anywhere. Whether that means anything, I don't know. I'm going to do it again. Okay. I could keep trying with the redraw. It's just my belief that study is probably maybe most likely on this spot, but I don't know why. But then again, conservatory could just straight up. No. No. I have the most belief probably in greenhouse to give me the watering can. I think, you know, if it's not spare veranda, I think it's spare veranda and greenhouse where I've mainly seen it. What have we got here? Well, vestibule is great. I love vestibule. Bedroom we've already made unusual, and I'm happy with that. Storeroom. Storeroom is commonplace. You know what? It's a good room, but it's not an absolutely amazing room. So I think at the very least, let's make it standard. Yeah, like at this stage in the game, it's not as valuable to me as it used to be. And I don't really tend to do it all that often. I mean, I'm just kind of having, like, sometimes it's fantastic. Like, they're really, you know, it can get me out of a jam. But in a sense, you can say that about so many. You know, like, there I have storeroom. There I have storeroom. But I'm not, there I have storeroom. I'm not getting it a huge amount. And sometimes I'm just getting it to get it out of the pool as well early. So I'm wondering if I could even make it unusual. Just because I have so many things that are standard. So many things. No, let's go with this for now. Let's go with this for now. Because I already don't really know like what that's going to do to it. I mean, that could, it could, if I do jackhammer, that could be valuable. Redraw. Oh. Why? Why doing this to me today? I really need showroom. Let's do this one in the hope that perhaps with the location. Oh, greenhouse. Yeah, look. Maybe let's just take greenhouse. Oh, I really need to. Yes! Yeah. Ah. Oh my god, I feel crazy. I feel giddy, crazed with relief. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that's such a problem solver. Okay. Now, oh my goodness. Thank you, spare veranda. Thank you. I'm going to assume that you had something to do with that. All right. This is so good. Back of the foundation there. For so many reasons. One, this is excellent because I could use broken lever here just to get antechamber access and get the crown. However, it's probably more useful to me to make the jackhammer after all and to get as many redraw die as we can. Yes. Okay. All right. I still have the key issue. For sure. But if we're not able to get study somewhere, yeah, getting as many redraw die as I can is going to be really important. Okay, all right, that is so useful. I suppose we might as well get the gems because I probably, like, I don't know how this is going to work, but I probably need to empty... I was just thinking, should I step back in there to get the other... It's fine, I don't need the gems, it's fine. I need the steps more than the gems. Okay. All right, in that case, I was hoping to be able to get this with the silver spoon, but let's definitely get that right now. 2 keys. I'd really love to see kitchen somewhere, but at least now what I can do is I can use the scepter. I can make it a blue scepter. All right, let me just think logically about steps here. So... 1, if I go back through the house, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. I can try drafting from here. We can get the scepter here, make it blue. You know, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wonder if I need to empty. Oh my God. Do I need to empty the watering can before I can fill it with the still water? If that's even going to work, but I really, really think this is it. Well, that could be a consideration. So maybe, you know, I do have greenhouse. It's just it's going to use steps to go back in there. So anyway, just let me think again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, basically to get back through here. It's not ideal, but it would let me get, you know, this, do some drafting from here, etc., etc., and even get to workshop quite easily to get the jackhammer. Or I could go back through foundation, probably just use, you know, about 6 steps or so to get back to entrance hall. Even stop in, like use a couple more steps to stop in at trading post on the way. But what, all right, so this changes things. I no longer need, I need to get the still water from trading post, but what do I need to trade? Anything? There's nothing else that can help me. What I need now is to get the, you know, to go back to trading post and then to get the library somewhere. There's no item, I'm just thinking out loud here, of course. There's no item that's going to make library more common. There is only rooms, like study, that will make library more common. I do have the stars as a backup, but obviously I want to do everything I can to avoid that. So maybe one way of thinking about this is, what I'm a little bit afraid of is that maybe I do, and I just don't know, maybe I do need to empty watering can fully before I can fill it with the still water. I'm a little bit concerned about that. I think at the very least, what I might do is first just step down here. I could really, I'm thinking like, do I try drafting from security first? Because I might be able to get kitchen, you know, which would also be really, really good. And or showroom before I switch. Yeah, before I switch the scepter on. I might do that. I might do that. I will do that. I will do that. And then I can still make a decision about whether I want to come back and go through foundation or go back through the house. All right. Oh, hang on, not that one. That's exactly what I don't want to do. Good to know that I can use that, however, with Secret Garden Key if it comes up. But the great thing is that that's really now all just about... I guess cloisters... fine. It could be... How could I possibly make this happen? It could be really good to get secret passage here. Then I can definitely get a super useful shop room. But, you know, what are my chances of that? Let's get cloister in. At the very least, it's more dig spots, right? Let's draft above cloister. Okay, that's at least also more water from the watering can. I'd feel a lot better if I could empty it first, just in case. Oh, not here. Not... Secret passage, not here. Damn it. Damn it. This also isn't good for courtyard or parlor, so... Damn, let's do a redraw here. None of these are great. Okay. Aquarium... It's not the greatest spot, however, it's good enough. It gets me around the corner, and it will also mean I get extra steps from the dining room when we get it. So I'm cool with that. Gift shop is useless. Dormitory is okay. But yeah, let's get... Aquarium does 2 things for me. Gets me around the corner and gets... Well, 3, it gets me another dig spot. And... yeah, now we get more steps from our meal. Okay, let's think about it that way. I'd really... So here, so I can draft from here, here, or here, but they all need keys. I only have 2 keys. Trading post may help me with keys. And I can draft from here, but only, you know, from 2 different spaces. And I can draft from here, which I really want to leave till last if I can to try and get study. Okay, maybe study. You know, if I could get, like, one time recently I got library here. No, I got library here and then study here. That was brilliant. If that could happen again, I'd be really happy. But I kind of need study to get library, so I don't know. Maybe from this point. Yeah, maybe from this point. Oh, God, it's hard to know like how anything is going to work out. Let's get this. All right, I need you to be blue. That's the most useful thing. I need study and I need library. I mean, I would really like study. Let's take a bit more funds. I'm still going to leave that for the time being. Sucks because it's really exciting. It's a black box and it's true for sure. All right, so from here I can go 1, 2, 3, and then about 6 steps, you know, also outside, trading post. Or I can go back through, which will empty my watering can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only a little bit extra, and it means that I can empty the watering can and get the jackhammer. Yep. All right. Let's go back through. Let's go back through. So to den. Now the watering can is empty. I hope that should be fine then. I have apple, which I know I'm not using for experiments now. I mean, even my experiments could get me keys and could get me dye. That's all really useful. But it's just like, I think the jackhammer is much, much, much more likely to get me dye. So I think it's just a better bet. So I might just eat the apple because we get, yeah, we at least have the salt shaker. That's something. I could draft from here, but I'd prefer to do it with... more redraw dye if I can. Yeah, so I think let's go back through. Let's pick this up because I can spend this as well in trading post. Cool. Let's make the jackhammer. I think it's just more. I think it's more valuable to me than trying to trade the individual items. Now that we have the main thing we're after. Yep. Great, great, great. I am sweating. I'm sweating trying to make the most of this. Trying to make the most of this opportunity. Okay. I'm not in love with my steps in this situation, but at least this is stage, like we've done stage 1 and we've done stage 2. We have the watering can, and here we can see if this, my next best theory that I have so much belief in. We can, so that's it. All right, that is huge. At least we can confirm that this is the solution. This is at least this part of the solution. I wish I had thought of that yesterday, but oh well. Okay, coin purse. You know what? Done. I need all the help I can get. What else is sort of good to go? Okay. Let's try a car key trade. That gets me a coin purse trade. That gets me... We just go around in circles forever. Okay. Are you going to be the same thing? And you? Sometimes I really feel like this thing just has a certain kind of trade it does and that's it. Yeah. Man, it feels... The thing is, I might need the magnifying glass if this turns out to be successful. I don't need gems, that's for sure. And this is just going to go around. All right, well, at least I got, I suppose, a couple more. What got me a key again? The sleeping mask gets gems. The salt shaker. But my steps aren't great. I don't know if it's worth a single key, but there are so many locked doors ahead of me. This is tough. This is tough. And because I have the jackhammer now, I'm probably less likely to get keys from dig spots. How am I going to make this work? Okay, speaking of dig spots, we've got dig spots in here, in here, in here, and in here at the very least, and in... no, these ones I used. So, probably makes the most sense to go back through foundation anyway. Yep, rather than go back through the front of the house. Okay, let's do that. I'm not happy about this key situation, but I don't know what else I could try. I'm not gonna like waste my resources on this, but it would be an interesting day to be able to get key 8 and to be able to draft it and get all of those animal statues and maybe try trading them. Though I think I'm only able to pick up one at a time, so I don't know how that would work out. And as good as it would be to get the crown in room 46, I don't really want to spend the steps right now, to be honest, without knowing that I'm even going to get in there. So let's just get our steps from dining room. Yeah, do all of the other stuff. And I need to make sure that I simply don't use the watering can now, because it's full of what we need. It's full of what we need. Still water, eh? Still water. So, what? So, let's go back through here just to get the dig spots. And then we can head into dining room and go from there. So that is just here. It's not the one I need. But thank you. So good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Really good. Oh, that's really good as well. Oh, if I'm going to get keys, I like getting a pair of keys. Okay. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That's much better. A little bit more key security. Okay, and we can go, let's go from Rotunda. I'm going to get this now because I'd love to have the silver spoon, but I'm only on 19 steps. I simply need this now. At least we get the steps from aquarium and we have the salt shaker. So 31. We need it. We need it. We simply gotta. Okay, let's go up. Yep. Let's go up. Now, I'm not going to worry about getting into antechamber from here. That's fine. I'm really trying to head for the corner. I have had library here before, so that would be great. It would be great. Alright. Should I redraw from here or simply take pool? The problem is, of course, pool will add more rooms to the pool, and that's what I'm sort of trying to avoid. So I actually might use a redraw die here. Okay, drawing room is at least a much better one and we get more redraws from it. So I like that. I like that. Man, I always feel like I need to do like a library analysis now, the same way I did with throne room and the same way I did with study. Where is library more likely? It's also going to be more likely, I think, with solarium, but obviously I can't put solarium here. Let's go drawing room. Let's go drawing room. Okay, now I have had library. Check it out. I've had library. I've had library on this spot yesterday. I had library in the corner. I'd love this combo. This would be great, library and study. But if this could just be, and it's a key, if this could be study or library, I'd really appreciate it. So maybe this is the best thing. This is the best thing. Oh my god, this is the best thing. This is the best thing. This is the best thing. Study. We can now do our best to get library anywhere else, right? I have 136 gems, so I don't need to worry about... I don't need to worry about laundry. Yes. Yes, thank you. This is the first time I've ever had study in this corner. That is crazy. Key? I would have loved a key, but that's okay. Sorry. Thank you, study. I'm sorry for asking for anything additional. You're amazing. You're so good. You're so good. Oh, thank you, Baroness. Thank you, Herbert. Thank you, everyone involved. Thank you, Clara, if you also had some involvement here. Thank you, drawing room. Thank you, drawing room. Didn't even pick this up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. We have really good ingredients for making this work. Sorry, I was kind of clapping a little bit close to the microphone there. I hope that wasn't too loud. We have really good ingredients here. Really good ingredients. However, only 2 keys. So if I could get like a lock room, the locksmith here, you know what I mean, that would be great. We've at least got the redraws to try. I mean, music room is a help. Ooh. And quite frankly, obviously, library. So, hey, check it out. What I said has kind of worked out, except in the opposite way and without a direct relationship to each other. In the 2 spaces I was talking about having library and then study before, I've got study and then library. I do wonder if they have a conceptual relationship so that they encourage each other when they're sort of, adjacent or nearby. Okay, freaking brilliant. So does this work now? It do. That's our spiral. Oh, I'm so glad I have magnifying glass. Tended rose vine? Is this another anagram? This looks right? Hang on. Yeah, I know these letters pretty well off now. Tended rosevine. Wow, I never even realized that was a possibility. There are just way too many phrases that you can make from these letters. Tended rosevine. So it's, of course, this is another anti-clockwise spiral. Tended rosevine. Is this just yet another anagram, or is this instructions at this point? Because surely at this point, this isn't just a thing we're finding about the place. This is something we've worked really hard to do. Like, you know, this has come from the cryptograph and a lot of hard labor. I mean, hang on. Where are roses? I know the secret garden key has vines on it, but it didn't work beyond the blue door. Okay, look, let's just read the text. What am I doing? I'm jumping ahead. Let's read the text. My dearest, darling son. Oh, hello. I am quite impressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far. Excuse me? You didn't have... Oh, this is... Sorry, I've just looked down. This is from... Oh, okay, guys, I got a couple of things to say. But this is from Baroness Orove. Oh, we're hearing from her directly. So she is speaking to... Well, I don't know. Is she speaking to Simon or Herbert? According to Herbert, the Baroness gave the cryptograph to Simon, but I don't know really if that's true or if that's just his kind of sibling jealousy, sibling rivalry kind of clouding his understanding there. Okay. I am quite pressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far. Yet, if these words have reached your eyes, rest assured, the end of the spiral is near. Yay! Thank you, Baroness. I would love to know what to do with the spiral. Stay vigilant and rose-wary. Rose-wary. Are there roses? Are there roses in the secret garden? There are hedges. Are there roses? Stay vigilant and stay rose-wary, for the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. Stay vigilant and rose-wary. I have to say, sorry, the first thing well, not the first thing, but the thing that has just popped into my mind, because I have taken note of it, is that there's a name on Mary's birth certificate, a woman's name that has both Rose and Lily in it, because obviously that really stood out to me. I was like, who is this person? Why am I finding this birth certificate? What is it useful for? It was useful for finding out her birthday, but I don't really know if that's useful information yet. So it has that woman's name in it, and her name has Rose, and it's like Lily something Rose, Lily Rosington. It's not that. It is, what is it? I have a photo of it right here. It is, where is this birth certificate? God, I've found so many things for me in recent time. It's Lily Risian Rose. I suppose that's a kind of rose. All right. For the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. Death or unknown, or forever, or never end. One final counsel I leave you. The waters of the West Spring shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. So by the West Spring, you mean the river around the West Path? Is it indeed the case then that maybe that's what Clara meant at the end of her secret diary? My first thought is that she was pointing out the river because it was colored in black. But then I thought, no, she's talking about something in the outer room. maybe she actually did mean the river. And that's why it was coloured in black, and it was the most sort of, to me, it was the way I was interpreting that image when I first saw it was the river is the standout. It's been coloured in. But then I suppose I thought, no, she's talking about the outer room, because everything else in her diary is about calling it a day in rooms and sleeping in rooms. So it made sense that, such an important part of this game clearly is calling it a day in rooms and having them in the outer, in the west path. So I quickly kind of decided that it's that, and it's not the river, and the river must be coloured in to differentiate it from the path, the path which was not coloured in. Okay, I had so many plans, but not enough dreams. I had so many plans, but not enough dreams. There are so many ways to interpret that in the context of this game. Like, on the face of it, you could say she was sort of tactical and strategic, perhaps even, but not visionary. But I think she was visionary. I'm thinking that we know that the Eurasian word for dreams is ain now, if I'm remembering right. But it could also be that what she's saying is about sleeping, is about calling it a day in places, which could also be the west path in a way that makes use of the west spring. Okay, hang on. So there's no other pages here. I'm not making that mistake again. Tended, and what the hell is? All right, I have to figure out which rooms might have roses in them. Or vines. Okay. Now, I mentioned that I had something to say about this, and this is a recent realization that I've had, but I haven't said it in the recordings yet. I was looking, so I sort of felt like I had more or less done, like I more or less had Lady Oravay's handwriting, because we had seen it in the deed that we found in room 46. But what I did is I actually just went back and checked. I went back and checked the cryptograph. The cryptograph is a different handwriting. This right here is the handwriting that's in the cryptograph. And there, in that one, Herbert himself says quite pointedly, like, he recognizes his mother's handwriting. So I think we can be sure that the handwriting in the cryptograph is Baroness Oravay's, and indeed that is what it is right here. It is this same handwriting. It's all in capitals in the cryptograph, but nevertheless these are the capitals in question. Now, let me see if I can find... Does she have anywhere in here? No, she's got like capital A, Y, I. All right, nevertheless, so there's no capital D, so I can show you. But nevertheless, I know this handwriting quite well now. I've looked at it many times. And in fact, this right here is the handwriting that is also what I've been up until now calling the handwriting of the, that is at the front of the Foreman's version of Realm and Rune, which I don't know is from the Foreman, but is, it says like that this is a copy just for the Foreman. This is that handwriting. So that could make total sense. It could be that the Baroness wrote that. It's her copy of the book. She lent it to the Foreman for whatever it is they were doing down there, all of their various discoveries and whatnot. And so she wrote that note that this is the Foreman's copy. But it's also the handwriting, and I assume that this is a coincidence. I assume that this is not, there's not a law reason for this, but it is also the handwriting that is used for Lord Evanson, who I have wondered about since the beginning of the game, mainly just because Like there are various letters that involve various names, around the mansion that we find straight away. Like there's one from KL that talks about the billiard room puzzles. There's M. Lowry, who talks about the parlor puzzles. M. Lowry, I think, is the one who actually, talks about Lord Evanson and says he has an odd personality. That just ding, that stuck in my mind. So I was always waiting for Lord Evanson to come up in the game. So I've always looked out for him and been interested. That made me very interested in the fact that one time Lord Evanson had gotten out the Reddington Guide. So recognizing his handwriting has been an interesting experience, but I have always not known if it's a law reason or if it's just a generic handwriting that's used in a few different places. But here it's not generic. If it were only maybe the foreman's handwriting and Lord Evanson's handwriting, I could believe, yeah, sure, this is generic text that's, used for unimportant characters maybe. But here it is the Baroness's handwriting. So it's a bit weirder. It's a bit weirder then that is also the handwriting of Lord Evanson. But I can't imagine that there's any kind of law reason for that because Lord Evanson is actually a person who, according to M. Lowry, is a real person who existed and exists or at least existed until recently, because he came to the mansion while, in the later years, in the more recent years, while our granduncle was sick. That's implied about Lord Evanson, and we know what date he got the book out from the library, and honestly it wasn't that long ago. So this is well past the time when Baroness Oreve would have been alive. It's just well past that time. So it doesn't make sense that they exist together. So I tend to think they've just used this text also for Lord Evanson, and that's that. There's no real reason for it. It may be that it is important, or at least it's an interesting piece of law that the Baroness wrote the text at the beginning of the Realm and Rune book. That sort of checks out. But here's another weird thing, and this is kind of the main thing I wanted to say. If you go back to the deed, and to be honest, maybe I have to go back and check it again to check if it's the same as it is when I originally took the photos I have on my phone when I first found the deed. If you go back to the deed that is in room 46, then this handwriting, my fellows, this handwriting right here, the Baroness's real handwriting right here, that is also used in the cryptograph that Herbert confirms is his mother's handwriting. This is the handwriting right here that is used for Lord Arthur Clementine. And I would have said this to you, many, many, many episodes ago. Because back then I was like, well, weirdly enough, Lord Arthur Clementine has the same handwriting as the foreman note in the book and Lord Evanson. But no, now I know it's Lord Oriface's handwriting. So on that deed, the words for Lord Arthur Clementine and all of the other parts that, that they've supposedly signed on that deed are the Baroness's handwriting. That is weird as hell already. But then the handwriting that says below that on the deed, Lady Oreve of Trinsdale, is not this handwriting. It's different handwriting again, and it's very similar handwriting to Clara and similar handwriting to Mary, but it is not Mary's handwriting, and it is not Clara's handwriting. It's just separate handwriting. So that is so weird. That is so weird to me. Okay, does this work on the other book? It does. Okay, hello. A hidden hue. So this looks on the face of it like this is our house structure, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 across. This is our house structure. A hidden hue. Hang on, let's just check this out while I'm swinging the magnifying glass around. Crazy. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene, 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. Are we talking about black, blue, and white? 3 colors to count. A sum of 18. Oh. How do I convert colors to numbers? To be honest, there's a fair few ways that jump into my head immediately. Well, there's the maths. Yeah, there's the maths, the mathematical colors. Okay. There's also colors are associated with numbers in the classroom. And in fact, that has our forever eternity 8, unknown 8 in it. So that could also be it. There's also, there's so many. There's also, what was the other one that I just thought of? Oh, my brain. My brain. There's something else. It'll come back to me. I'm thinking about the freaking handwriting now, the deed, the rose. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. Okay. Oh my god. Extremely interesting. So this is to do. I'll try to think of as many ways to interpret this as possible, so that I'm not making too many assumptions. But immediately all of this talk about 3 shades, 3 colors makes me think, exactly what I've been talking about, that something matters with the colors of our parlor boxes: blue, white, and red. 3 lines of light. Well, light as color. From prism, pristine, 3 paths convene. So prism, from pristine light / color. Do you actually mean that I have to use the prism key? It's very good that I've just been able to get the prism key in the planetarium then. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene. Now this obviously, this has to mean either the actual space of the house, rooms, drafting rooms. Or it means the message that we have throughout the house. If we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Okay. A prism pristine, 3 paths convene. Let's say, so 3 paths convene could obviously mean drafting, it could mean drafting 3 different lines of all of this color. However, if the colors in fact mean, white, then I don't have white. Apart from antechamber, I don't have white rooms. So, and the prism key also doesn't include blue. From prism pristine. Well, all right, prism pristine, does that just mean white? So maybe they mean from the antechamber. But then I have to get into the antechamber to draft from the antechamber. What's weirding me out a little bit about this is it said from prism pristine, 3 paths convene. So, let's just say for argument's sake, they mean antechamber. They start here, but they convene somewhere else. 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. How would I even begin to think about the construction of 1 line of color? What do you do with the corners then? If you go in one direction with color and then you go in another direction with a different color. Anyway, so that line of thinking could be it, but it's a bit complicated. 3 colors to count a sum of 18. So I think this is the most important thing to figure out for me, because that'll, that's something solid. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. 3 colors to count a sum of 18, but the one left hidden, so the one left hidden refers to one of the colors, which is hidden. Is that indeed I swear, I'm going to do a dance. I'm going to get up and do a dance if it turns out that all of my wondering about the possibility of white rooms means something. I won't be able to do a somersault or a handstand. I can't do any of that, but I'll do a dance. The one left hidden, because if it is referring to blue, white, and black, which to me is such an important, like, to me it's like it is the three colors that have been foreseen, but I will try to think in some other directions so I don't go down only one path here. But it would be so exciting if this means like a hidden color room, white rooms, Moragi. Remains to be seen. So it seems like, yeah, one of these colors is hidden, but we can see it somehow. We can see it by figuring all of this out. Okay, so again, there's no other pages. Oh, man. And the whole thing is called a hidden hue. A hidden hue. It is a hidden color. To me, that's white. But I have already tried. I have already tried putting antechamber in the west path, and that, you know, that kind of just, you know, that gave us the clue for reclaiming the crown, right? It's a small thing, but I have now filled up the card catalog. So the next time I get library, at least I can order another swimbird and see. It's a small thing, but I just want to see what happens. I just want to see what happens. Look, while I'm here, I suspect that that's it. Those are indeed the blank books. Oh, those are the blank books in question, but yeah. So nothing happens with these either. I wouldn't have expected so. Oh my god, very exciting. But there's two, like there's at least two kind of major parts of this to figure out. Tended rose vine, and she says to be rose weary. Okay, where are there roses? Where are there roses? I figured out a conceptual rose in the birth certificate with the woman's name. Are there also roses? Are there roses somewhere? All right, I had a little break just to have a snack because I was starving after all of this amazing puzzling. I mean, or at least being like sort of, you know, like happily drenched in beautiful puzzles that I'm going to enjoy very much. But I was starving, so I had a snack, and I was having a think about all of the things I can think of on this estate that might have something to do with roses or rose vines. So as I said, first is that there's the name Lily Riley and Rose in the birth certificate that we find in the archives. It's not a rose, it's a flower, and in fact it's a gem flower, but there is the flower that kind of appears in the tomb on Simon's grave after we spend the night in bunk bed. There are also, I suppose there are flowers on Herbert's tomb. I don't know if any of them would count as roses. I don't know if any of the flowers that we kind of just see in vases around the place would count as roses. None of them look conspicuously like roses to me, but there are roses in the game. There is a rose sitting on the shelf in room 46. There is a rose in our second gallery picture. You know, there are roses that appear in Red Prince because it's always associated with the color red. Then there are general flowers about the place. I know Morning Room has pictures of flowers, but I don't think that they look like roses. Conservatory has a whole bunch of flowers in it. Again, I don't know if any of them really look like roses to me. Then there are vines. Greenhouse has vines. Courtyard has vines, but they don't have any flowers on them. I'm not sure about the secret garden yet. I don't, like, it's got hedges. I don't think that the hedges have roses on them. There are also vines. Well, there are roots in root cellar. They're probably not vines. So anyway, I tell you what, I've been sitting here for a long time with this screen in front of me and like looking back at it occasionally, looking at the photo I took of the other book. I have to say that this is jumping out at me now. Look at that. That's quite... Secret passage is also highlighted, right? That's quite, like, look at that compared to everything else on the page. Like, West Spring is highlighted. Secret passage is also highlighted. That is so obvious now that I look at it. That S is lighter. So something got to be up with secret passage. I don't think it has any roses or even pictures of flowers in it. But something up with secret passage. Something up with secret passage. So there's so many questions. Another question I have is, what does tended mean? Tended rose vine. Does that mean that I'm looking for a rose vine that is tended, say by one of the gardeners or by other staff in the house? You know, so in one of the green rooms or, you know, in one of the garden areas outside. Does it mean that I should tend whatever this rose vine is? Should I tend it by, for example, pouring water on it from the watering can or in some other way? I don't have anything like... The other form of tending I can think of is like to cut something back, and I don't have a cutting implement. The game hasn't given me a sword yet, so I don't have shears. And then, you know, like yet another mystery is what are the waters of the West Spring? Like, my first thought, as you heard before, is that maybe it's the stream that's in the West Path. But would you call that a spring? It's a stream, really. A spring? A spring? What is like, have we seen anything that you would call a spring? We know that there are, because we've seen in the blue memos that there are, I think for the one in the pump room, there are, you know, the water in the reservoir, etc., comes from a couple of different places. I think, what does it say? It comes from like the reservoir of water comes from 2 different underground springs. 2 different underground springs. Well, that sounds springy to me. It uses the word springs. But where are they? Where are they? Like, the reservoir is just the reservoir. We don't see any kind of spring from there. I'm mentally like walking around the place. I guess I've got to just try some things to, you know, as always, just try some things to knock them off. To knock them off, you know, my list. Then this, as I was saying before, I just did a little check. I could imagine that this here is either to do with the fact that we have to do something in the house in lines, or it's to do with our word puzzle. I guess probably the thing, you know, against that is the fact that this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, whereas the word puzzle obviously is missing something here. You know, antechamber doesn't have a letter associated with it. So anyway, that's the first thing. The second thing is that I actually looked at the if we count small gates, and I tried to see if you look vertically in any of those lines, do any words come out from it? No, they don't. It's just, no, they don't. There's no words that come out of it from what I can see. I guess I was also thinking, like, maybe given that they're talking about prisms and the lines of light, you know, the prism pristine probably means like white light, you know. And so does that mean something like red, green, and blue, like kind of, you know, the basic colors that, you know, our eyes can see? Red, yellow, blue, even RYB color theory. I mean, a prism splits into more than, you know, splits light into more than 3 colors. So, and even in this game, it does that as well. It could also mean from prism pristine, as in from antechamber. If you draft from antechamber, 3 paths, you know, come out from it. So here, here, and then straight down here towards entrance hall. However, of course, you can't draft all 3 lines at once because you need to get into antechamber before you can draft from antechamber. So at most you could do 2. Three shades foreseen. I think as I think about this more, I have to just try various things to convert colors into numbers. And you know, there's several ways I can think of doing that already, but I can't remember some of the earlier ones I was thinking of. Anyway, we've talked about that. That might be, I think, like what will help confirm this for me. If I can get 3 colors to add up to 18 somehow. Maybe it's even using what I just used to get the letters of colors to equal 18. You know, maybe it even involves, as so many things have recently, the numeric core. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. The one left hidden. I suppose it doesn't seem like there's any letters or words that are standing out for me here. Extremely interesting. It could also just mean in some way, you know, our 3 paths from entrance hall, like the other way. But I don't know how entrance hall would equal what. It's a blue room, and and on top of that, aesthetically, it's a grey room. So I don't know, but this is totally tantalizing. I mean, antechamber is a blue room as well. It's just that it's a very white room, right? But other than that, I mean, what else could you call a white room? It would surely be antechamber more than anything else. Okay. So I suppose there's some options for today to even just have a little think about this. I'd like to go and check out on the grounds in definitely the west and have a look, you know, at that stream. I suppose I'm curious to go into a couple of green rooms at the very least while I have the white watering can. It surely still has at least 1 thing of water in it because we've used 2 here. Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Tended rose vine? And it's tended rose vine? It's a question. Why, like the other ones, well, does it never end, I suppose, is a question. Tended rose vine? Tended rose vine. So I'd really like to be able to get into room 46 for one thing. I'd really like to be able to get Secret Garden. So I'm going to kind of draft with that in mind. I'd also really like to be able to get coat check so that I could try, just in case I still need this watering can, so that I could put it in there. I have no idea. It seems weird that the next piece of the puzzle would also require a watering can, but oh hey! I always get surprised by the blue notes. Nice to see. Nice to see. Yeah, or maybe we should draft from library because we will get more unusual rooms from here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Can we use this key to make locksmith appear? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Well, this gallery again, it does have a picture of a rose in it. But to be honest, I'm gonna be in trouble if I can't solve my key problem. This is the only place I can draft bookshop. Does bookshop have? It's got no vines in it. It's got no flowers in it. I kind of miss this room. I've hardly seen it in a really long time. Look at it there. So nice. Such a nice room. This was such a fun, amazing room, but I don't have anything obvious to do with it anymore. Let's keep seeing if we can get lucky. I'm running all rooms over in my mind to solarium. Solarium's just got some flowers in it. Flowers that I think are in other places as well. I don't think veranda's just got some little plants in it. Let's keep going. Patio's got some plants. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Well, secret passage. We know something interesting with secret passage, so freaking hell yeah, let's do this. To be honest though, what I would... So, hang on. Let's try while we're here. Does anything else want to be watered here? Anything? No. Okay. Well, I mean, look, one idea I've had with secret passage anyway is to get it into the west path. So maybe it's that. Maybe getting secret passage in the west path leads to something interesting. For now, though, I actually would really like to try and get showroom if I can, because it could give us moon pendant, which would be also really super helpful for tomorrow. But also could give me master key, which would be super helpful for today. Oh no! Oh no! Okay. All right. Okay, so that's something. Oh man, what situation am I in here? I've eaten everything in dining room. I know that this is locked. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. All right. Okay, so I can't go south of here. Damn, I was hoping that was about to potentially solve my key problem. All right. Look, if our day ends here, like this is definitely locked, right? This is definitely locked. If our day ends here, and I do have trading post as an option, but I'm running out of steps is all. We've done the biggest thing, right? Like that's okay. I can go away and think about more strategies for now. It would just be really useful if just in case I can get watering can, yeah, you know, into West Path. I could go out from Foundation like right now and get myself a key. I wonder if I can draft from a Cloister or Aquarium though. I'm going to give it a go. I guess I do have study, so I can also head down here, and that's also locked. That's right, because I was keeping that as a possible secret garden thing. Alright, let's try from Aquarium. No, I need to keep my water, thanks, just in case it's still... Like, if I go to Trading Post, I'll refill it again. Oh, great. Well, we might as well try from here then. Yep, it's a better position than what I was in before. Okay. Well, Planetarium will have apple, redraw die, trunk, dig spot. So that's something. And that could also give me keys. It's not the worst. But then, I mean, this will definitely give me keys. I'm just like, I'd really like to solve the problem. And if I can solve the problem with locksmith, then we're even better. Pull will... Okay, so it doesn't help me with exits. Obviously, this gives me key as well. I know there's many key opportunities I'm passing up here, but I'm hoping for like a permanent key opportunity. Courtyard at least lets me sort of check courtyard. And draft from courtyard, which I don't mind. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Okay, and we can try the next spot maybe. Okay. So I mean, this is. Oh, the problem is the watering can is like just hovering around now, so I don't know if it's reacting to anything. Okay, gems. Not the thing. Not the thing. Let's try all the dig spots. Does that make the watering can disappear? A single coin? Jeez. Gems. So, alright, watering can's disappeared, so I guess we can at least just see if it reacts to anything now. I mean, these... I don't know, these could be rose bushes, but they're not rose vines. Like, these are vines. But, you know, they don't have any flowers on them. These are, like, trees. Nice. That's very helpful. This is all really helpful. Gems. I wouldn't say no to key. Gem. Okay, that's it, right? That's the dig spots. Yeah, I mean, alright. So it doesn't react to the watering can that has still water in it. These are not rose bushes. None of these are, I know what rose bushes look like. I know what roses look like. These are not it. Here, it would still be best to be able to make use of the other spots. So let's redraw until we can do that. But the problem is that's going to take me into my... That's going to take me into my secret passage spot where I'm hoping to get... Yeah, okay. So in fact, why don't we just put... Like, I could put pool here just to try and get the... Let's keep going for locksmith then. If we can put locksmith here, we're good. Obviously I have... I'm passing up these key opportunities as before. Attic would also, you know, be fine. Let's... Alright, here we are again. Alright, where am I at with Mechanarium, just out of curiosity? Workshop 1. What else have I got? Security 2, Boiler Room 3, Aquarium 4. That's it. I think that would probably get me at least one... At least one of the edges open. And I've got one more redraw. Let's try one more redraw. Okay, well, look, it at least gets me coat check in a space that's not too terrible for coat check. But I think... Yeah, I think it's worth using a redraw to make sure I just definitely have a key. Yeah, I've passed up too many key opportunities like a fool. Yep. Let's go in music room then. Yep, because this could also be secret garden key. It is! That's super good. That's super good for many reasons. So the key gets us into the secret passage room. No. We get the lovely music room music. Alright, I'm having to use more steps, but if we go here, here, we can do our best to make sure that we get showroom here, and then we can go here and potentially even do secret garden, which will put a bunch of fruit in conference room, and we'll be able to also hopefully have the silver spoon. This is my thinking. This is my thinking, just to sort of extend extend my day a bit. No dig spots. So foundation dining room. Yeah, I think this is the smartest thing to do with this single key. Let's do it. Like, these are not roses. These are not, they're like frangipanis or something. Something like that. Tended rose vine. Surely this is the clue, you know? Surely tended rose vine is like the end point of our anagram. It's what we did all of this for. Alright. We are using this one. Yeah, because if I use the secret guard key, we're ruining the... Yes. Damn. Actually, I do... I actually really want showroom from here. I'd like to be able to get locksmith somewhere else. Okay, cool. Because from here I can still draft onwards. Yep. Okay. Great. So we can definitely get the silver spoon. That'll help. Yeah. Can I get all of this? 6, 5. So we can get the chronograph, which is also super useful. We can get the ornate compass, which might also be super useful. I can get the emerald bracelet. I really wish I had the moon pendant though, because I don't need to save gems right now. I simply don't need to. I'm going to save the money in case I get kitchen, quite frankly. Yeah. Okay, now here, that wasn't locked, so I can't use secret garden key. That's okay. We can use it from boiler room if nothing else. Maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have sauna as a possibility for tomorrow, because sauna is very, very helpful as a tomorrow room. Yeah. In fact, we might be able to get it just here. Key. No key. Key. Read your dice. Ah, yes. Good. Thank you, Paul. Good, Paul. Paul is so good to me. Well, attic is not terrible here, but I suppose I don't have anything really specific I need. Unless I get a really good... treasure map. I do, but then... coat check could easily also go here. Clock tower could start me with keys tomorrow. I'm a little bit kind of thinking of sauna or locksmith, to be honest. And thankfully I do have the ability to rewind my choices here. But I don't think I get the gems back. I don't think I get the gems back from that. Mailroom is good. Ballroom is not good. I mean, planetarium's nice, but like... And it planetarium gets the frickin' prism key, doesn't it? I was just thinking maybe using the prism key from Secret Passage? But I don't know. Look, it occurs to me. Should I get this to have prism key with me? Now I'm compelled by this. I'm so glad. I am so glad that I have a room that just by default definitely gives me the prism key now. How convenient is that when I might have a puzzle? Oh, okay, this is actually great. This is actually taking away the need for a locksmith. Yeah, how freaking good is it that I have a room that just gives me definitely the prism key? Secret panel? Weird round thing? Okay, so that's actually really good. That's actually really good. So we've got some good possibilities for just like investigating some things today. We've got secret garden key, which, you know, means I can investigate the secret garden. We've got a prism key with us just in case that has anything to do with anything. Yeah, and we've got study and plenty of redraws, so we can try and make like tomorrow rooms for tomorrow. And yeah, check out a couple of other things I've got on my list as long as I'm able to get my steps up. So this could be good. This could be good. Let's go from boiler room now, where we know we can put the secret garden. That said, it might be better to do the secret garden a bit further down now that I say that. Whatever. Secret garden key. Let's take the bounty. Great. So we should have... Lovely. We should have a good... Okay, maybe I need to get secret garden in the west path. Look, none of these are roses, right? Or are these pink ones roses? Oh man, now I don't know if the watering can... The watering can is showing up for the room. Damn it, where's the dig spot? There we go. Okay. Nothing, that's fine. What even is this? Is this dirt with just flowers and no leaves? What even is this? It appears to be a planter that just has, yeah, flowers with absolutely no plant material whatsoever. Either way, the watering can is not doing anything here. See, I don't think any of these are rose bushes. These, you know, this is a hedge that has no... Hang on a sec. I don't know if this is... I don't know if this is showing up because I kind of reached the... See, it's disappearing again. Hang on. Hang on. God, the watering can is so confusing. I don't want to, like... See, here it is again, and I'm, like, nowhere... I think it's just because I'm, like, at the room edge. This is so confusing. This is so confusing. There's nothing... Yeah, it's just popping up because of where I am. Let's get this open anyway. The watering can is freaking me out. How can I deactivate you in a way where I can see if you're actually reacting to something? It disappears. It disappears when you go to certain parts. See, now it's gone. Now it's gone. But if I go here, it's back. Now it's gone. Now it's here. Now it's gone. This can't be reacting to the hedge. Oh, look. Hey, do you know, in my entire playthrough, I've never noticed this because I think I've never stood here and like looked properly at the map. But there's my little yellow arrow way out to the side. This is why Secret Garden is such an interesting thing to put in the west path for me. Just like Clock Tower, this one it's a very horizontal room. Okay, I don't think I even need to open the other lever. I don't think it's reacting to this. I think it's just reacting to being at parts of the room. You know, like, is it reacting to the... Is this... There's no actual flowing water here, so I wouldn't say that this is a spring. I would say that this is just, you know, this is still water. This is water that's just sitting here. But then again, like, we are... I mean, we are... What the hell? There's nowhere that water is coming out of here. Surely this is not a spring. But then again, we never really understand how water works. The reservoir doesn't have any visible way for the water to, like, come in and out. I mean, we are in the west right now, beyond like even the bounds of the house, right? Maybe if you get Secret Garden, where on the outside the actual stream is. Is that crazy? It may be. It may be. It may be. Okay, look, I'm going to keep going. That said, hang on, that said, if I were going to get back to conference room, it would be 1, 2, so about 8 or so, 9, 10, 11. All right, let's do just a little bit of more drafting here. I don't want to use the prism key, honestly. This sauna, but I don't want it here. What other straight ahead room could I get that would be useful? I just need to sort of get around the corner so I can do some more drafting. Not ballroom. Not ballroom. Like maybe locker room? Although, you know, like, of course, now the keys are all in the conference room. However, I'll take it. Okay, we still need to go forward from here again. Veranda. Perfect. Veranda is perfect. Okay. Coin. Trunk. Redraw die. That's nice. Money, money, money. Gem. Things I am fine for, but that's okay. Yay. Okay, that was really, really good. So where are we on now? 21 steps. So if I keep, I'm just like, this is really taking it to the wire. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 steps, probably about 18 or so, 19, 20, 21. Ah, man, that's cutting it too fine. I think it might be better at this stage to turn around and at the very, unless I can get kitchen here. Let's do this spot and see if we can get kitchen. If I can get kitchen, that'll be a real problem solver. Kitchen, kitchen. Kitchen, kitchen. Of course, I'm getting... of course, I have the blue scepter, so this is what I'm getting on offer. It may not happen. Have I ever tried to trade key 8? I don't know. Have I ever tried to trade key 8? Well, I'm kind of curious now. I'm kind of curious now that I've said it. Let's take it. Alright, we'll turn back from here. We'll turn back from here unless I can get kitchen here. Kitchen would actually be really good here. Let's try one more, and then we'll turn back. If this is not kitchen, we will turn back 100%. Kitchen. Like, pantry's okay, but no, not really. Kitchen. At the very least, I need a corner room here, no matter what. Kitchen. Kitchen. Come on. I'm really looking for a kitchen here. Ladyship's chamber. Hello. But I need kitchen. No kitchen. Okay. What else could I get here that's useful? That is definitely going to allow me to go around the corner. Maybe... Maybe in the end, let's just put pantry here. It's a weird choice, but it gets me around the corner and it will have a piece of fruit in it. It's an apple, but I'll take it. Cool. So we got 6 steps for that. That's fine. Oh man, I still want to go for kitchen now. But no, I'm gonna freaking turn around at this stage. We can come back here. We'll come back with all of the keys that we get here. It's fine. It's fine. Watering can. You are putting my nerves on edge, but in a fun way. In a fun way. You're great. You're great. I can also... I can't do any drafting until I get back to this point anyway. So I'm gonna I'm gonna conserve the steps. Let's just go back through. However, I haven't opened the north lever, have I? No, because I don't have throne room today. So many problems, but I don't want to spend the steps, honestly. Look, this is the other little place we see jars. I'm just thinking about the west. I'm thinking about the west path. I'm thinking about the jar that appears there sometimes. Maybe I'll see the jar tomorrow. I've traded some of my microchips, yeah, so we might be seeing the jar tomorrow. But I feel a lot better if I eat a big bunch of fruit. And the other great thing is, right next to conference room, I have a cupcake waiting for me as well. So I just want to do that. I want to do that. Workshop, break room, observatory, commissary. I was just thinking, do I have fruit anywhere else? Don't think so. Yay! This is a good amount of steps right here with the silver spoon. Ah, the silver spoon makes everything so good. Okay, key, and key. That's nice. We probably, we won't get all of the locker rooms open, but nevertheless, this is great. 22 steps from that cupcake. I'm so glad I left it there. All right. Okay, so that's not bad. That's not bad. What I really would like most definitely today is coat check in my final spaces. Any tomorrow rooms I can get would be a nice bonus. Let's draft with that in mind. Then I will have a walk around in some other places. So from here I can go... Yep, let's just go through. These are not roses. These are not roses. I have already eaten this apple. Okay. This is greenery, but none of this is rose or vine related. Might as well pick up my money just in case. Oh, I won't be able to get freezer today though. That's the problem because I already had it. I already had it yesterday. Okay. We can do this, thank God, because this was a really interesting, a chest of great interest to me. And I do now have to start a new treasure trove section in my new book. So this one is, God, where are we at? 42. This one is 43. And it's a black sun. It should be true. Unless... There's nothing that modifies suns, is there? Black hole sun. I don't think so. I think so far I still say all... The true treasure trove is in this room, but is not in... I got it. Thanks. I got it. But, yeah. That's one I was very, very happy to figure out fairly soon. Cool. I'm just going to check this while I'm here. Yeah, 1 apple and 1 trunk. What the hell? What the hell? Where are you? We've got all of these dig spots, right? Cloister has no... It's just got grass and trees. Yeah, I don't even have the north lever open. I don't know if I can be bothered. I have a lot of redraw ability. Maybe I'll regret saying that, but... Look, there's only 4 more doors there anyway, so let's use a bunch of these. Nothing. I have such a talent for getting the nothing locker. Yay, that's nice. That's a little bit of help. Excellent. Great. Okay, cool. That's all nice. So, look, just to satisfy my curiosity, look, here is a rose. It's just a picture, but it's a rose, and I'm here with my watering can. It do nothing. Maybe you need to do something else. I don't know. I mean, there is a little fountain out there. Can I even reach that? Maybe I need garage to reach that. Maybe I need garage to reach that. So I do want to see you soon, coat check, but not right now. I need something or other to access the other spaces. This is where a 3-door room would be good. If possible. But if I'm going to use all of these... Oh, perfect. Mechanarium is perfect. Yep, Mechanarium is perfect. Great. That works out really well. So, hang on, that's where we go in. So, that is a diagonal door. What do we get here? Key. Oh, silver key. Oh, okay. I don't think I need it, but I appreciate it. And this should be a lever, yeah? Yeah. Cool. Already open. But nevertheless, I can draft 2 dead rooms and just ignore this one. And I quite like the idea of one of them being sauna, honestly. Yep, I'm going to put sauna here. That suits me. I'm enjoying having access to more steps for absolute sure. So this one, should we put coat check here? Assuming it's going to be possible. Ooh. Dovecote. Good old Dovecote. What have I got? I've got 12 redraws. That's a lot. Okay, we can just put coat check here. We give up on the other rooms. So at least here we are able to put our... Yep, we're able to put our watering can here just in case watering can has more to do tomorrow. Other than that, I now have 88 steps. I would like to still take my watering can and just do a little bit of a look on the grounds. I need to go and check the west path out. You know, first and foremost. I'm actually going to use the watering can up because I can still refill it with the still... I can actually totally fill it with the still water. I know this is weird, but like just in case... There we go. So that got me a gem, but it did nothing, as expected. As expected. Yeah, we can refill it from in trading post again, so that's all good. Ah, silly me. Why do I always do this? I lose track of where the foundation is. Okay, it's fine. We've got a good amount of steps. So we'll go back through the house. And come back into the house. And we can do that also from foundation, making it quicker on the way back. Man, there are so many things to think about in these revealed pages, these 2 blank books. And I have to think, like, I'm going to have to think, like, yeah, like, to what degree, like, what is their relationship with our Blue Door Blueprints puzzle? You know, like, I have an idea about the puzzle boxes being related to the whole hue thing. So, first off, I mean, I don't remember there being any flowers, but here is a spring. Right? Like, I would assume that this is coming from an underground spring. It's flowing out of the house. I'm just thinking, there's the little fountain. But again, I assume that's a fountain that just holds water. I don't think it's a spring. We have this one here as well. But nothing is reacting to the water fountain. I can't see anything down there. And then it heads down there, which is interesting. Look at that. That is interesting. Where do it go? Is there a spring under the house? But it does indeed appear to be coming, you know, from the house. Yeah, but there's no flowers. There's no roses. There's no vines. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm just like checking what's available. Key 8. Key 8 gets me a whole pass. Oh, Key 8, what a slap in the face. What a slap in the face for you. Ornate compass, chronograph. Well, hang on, let me just check. I've drafted everything, haven't I? I've drafted everything. Let's it's okay. We just go around and around with hall pass. That gets a key. Sure. So get my silver key back. I just like to see what's on offer in trading posts somewhere. Sometimes. Sometimes you get interesting things in here, and I still believe there could be interesting things for me to get. Wind-up key. The problem is, like, I can only put one thing. I can only put one thing into coat check, of course, and I don't have the option for... I don't have the option for the moon pendant. Yeah, I mean, there's just not. You never know. There could be very rare items. It's fine. It's fine. We're done. Okay, so we can at least refill this watering can. We will still have a watering can with still water in it, just in case that's anything to do with the puzzle. But I mean, you know, it's kind of like the whole blueprints thing. Like, there's a thing in me going, like, look, we just solved the puzzle to get here in this way. Why would the same method be used? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. 63 steps. Okay. I just want to go and have a look in the East Garden as well. But again, same thing. Like, I don't remember. Like, there's little flowers on the ground. These are not roses, and they're not vines. There's nothing. There's apple trees. There's smudge pots. There's this. I mean, I have felt suspicious about this. But if something else happens with this one, the same way that it did this, I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. So nice over here. This is so lovely. It's been a really long time since I've sort of spent time in here. Sea orchard, and this still weirds me out that it is a different stump to other stumps. Why? Why are you a different stump? See, other stumps look like this. Why are there different stumps? And why is the stump that is featured in the postcard the different stump? It drives me mad. It drives me mad. Why are the stars on the wrong side of what appears to be clouds? Why? Why? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to sort of try. I mean, again, there's flowers here. However, these are not roses and they're not vines. They have the pattern underneath them that we see in the morning room, which is just really lovely, honestly. But yeah. And these are just the same bushes that we see everywhere that don't have roses or flowers in them. There's you guys, and while the pink ones may be roses, I'm still going to say that they don't scream rose to me. There's literally things that are definitely roses in this game, and they don't look like this. The rest of the flowers are not roses, and they're not vines, and I doubt that they're, I don't know to what degree they're tended. Maybe Anne does something with them, but I don't really think so. So yeah, what have we got? 56 steps. Okay, we're good. We're good. Maybe, there's no reason to go in. All right, I'm just thinking, like, look, while we have this opportunity easily, let's go and open the north lever. And let's go into room 46 where there is a rose. There is an actual rose. And let's try it out. Let's freaking try it out. Before we, yeah, and then we'll put we'll put the watering can in the check. It feels kind of weird because it feels like I should have used any of my other amazing items, but this is also, look, I've got the steps. I've been saying I'm going to do this for ages. Let's go and check. Let's go and check. I'm sorry, Simon. I'm going to skip this because I want to, you know, get on with the next steps in my day. Is there a trunk here and a piece of fruit? Do items appear in the safe house? No. How? This is one of the things that drives me crazy. How does a museum produce a beautiful illustrated map like this? A museum of all places, how do they get Tisken wrong? In 3 different places here. A variety of verdure as well as a number of sculptures. So they don't mention, there's nothing about gardens here. Courtyard, they don't mention roses. Winding garden pathways, but by garden you seem to just mean like grass and trees. The Moonside Courtyard. Yeah. I thought about this. Like maybe there's a garden there, but like, yeah, there just doesn't appear to be. So interesting, the little glimmers that we've seen of these people. Increasing glimmers though. More and more glimmers. More and more glimmers. Okay, look, there's nothing. There's no item that appears here, so at least I've been able to confirm that. Where is a trunk and possibly a piece of fruit appearing in my house? I just feel like it's hidden in one of the rooms. But where? But where? It's not in here. All right, it'll be good for me to be able to scrub this off my list. Let's just get into room 46. Maybe today. All right, how do I want to play this? Yeah, I think we still have Blessing of the Monk for 2 more days, and of course I can easily get it again after that, so it's not a huge deal. But there is so many exciting things to try in the West Path. Room 46 is very, very compelling. This could be the day we try that. It does have a rose in it as well, so maybe the rose is relevant in room 46. We also know there's something up with Secret Passage, and that's been, you know, that's been among the top of my list of things I want to put in the West Path as well. Along with Foyer. Like a lot of the hallways, honestly, at this stage. A lot of the hallways. You know, the ex-antechamber. How compelling is that? Foyer with the hands. The hands. The freaking hands of Foyer. Up we go. Alright, now let's do a step check. In what order are we doing things? We've got enough steps. Yeah, we've got enough steps. What I want to do is I want to still go with my still watering can into room 46. Let's see if it reacts to the rose. I mean, this is the only rose that I know about. I don't know, I'm just gonna take my crown. I'm just gonna take it. Like... Don't think there's anything else here to try, like with what I have. There's nothing new apart from like watering can with still water in it, really. And if it didn't work with this, then I don't know. I don't know. All right, while I am here though, like let's look at my favorite window here. Let me just say one thing. When you think about this puzzle, like I just want to talk about the cryptograph for a second. Herbert is the one who left us the cryptograph. I mean, he left it to someone. We don't know if he left it to us. It wasn't specifically addressed to us, but he left it for someone to find, and he said he had tried for decades and couldn't solve it. Can I just say that now that I've solved it, of course it took me a while, but once I solved it, I was like, hang on a second. So this has two main components in it. One is turning the letters into numbers in the most basic way possible. But the second is numeric cores. I had to use a numeric core to find the family core. So surely he knows about numeric cores, right? Like surely he's the one who wrote that note and put it in that vault safe. So I'm sort of like, was that too hard for Herbert, or actually is he just faking it? Is he just faking it for like to give? Maybe this is a nice way of imagining it. He's just faking it to give Herbert something. To give me, Simon, something to feel nice about, right? Like just yeah. Maybe it's like, oh, this is too hard for me, my young nephew. And I get all chuffed. I get all happy with myself. And he's like, hee hee hee. It could very well be that. There's really no reason to open these, even with all of these keys. There's no reason to open it. There's no reason to get any more gems. Let's just put this away, just in case. Just in case I need it. Watering can with still water has been checked. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would hate to suddenly think of a really cool idea that involved this and, you know, not be able to use it. But it does seem like they wouldn't, repeat the puzzle. Anyway, this has been, you know, totally amazing. I'm going to have an absolute ball thinking through this and thinking myself in circles. Let's check out room 40-6, right? It makes sure that does it actually? Does it? I don't know. I guess it does say it's a blueprint. Actually, it does say it's a blueprint. So that would mean that I have to have this scepter tomorrow. Is that okay? Rebecca, I'm asking, is that okay? All right, what I was thinking is, all right, the issue is I could make use. The issue is, of course, without like thinking more about what I want to do in the next day, I don't know which scepter I would like to have. And I have to assume that I may come up with some good theories for things to try. And they might require, you know, they might be better served with a different scepter. If I go to sleep in, like what I could do is go, oh, okay, well, if I'm stuck with the blue scepter, then let's do schoolhouse and get like our last blue memo and all of that, which I would really, really, really like. However, if I call it a day in this room, I'm imagining I'm probably going to have this room as available in the west part. So I would draft this and not schoolhouse and not be able to do that. So maybe then trying the secret passage idea makes more sense. Now hang on, can I even get to it? Not with rotunda that way though, damn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I can. All right, let's do that, because then we are, like, we're not taking the Royal Scepter with us tomorrow. It at least opens up possibilities for the day. And, you know, Baroness is clearly saying something about the secret passage. We've already tried it with the still water. It didn't do anything. And I don't know what relation it has to any of the stuff in the note, you know, that we found anywhere apart from secrets. So it's at least something to try. We don't need trading post tomorrow. Well, not for the reason I'm thinking. Is this the best thing to try? I mean, everything is interesting, right? I really want to do Secret Garden as well. And it could be that maybe if we do Secret Garden in the West Path, that's where the spring is. However, let's try Secret Passage for now, because I can't think of anything else to try with Secret Passage. And she does say, it's so clear to me, she does highlight Secret Passage. So let's do this. All right. That was so satisfying. It was a long day, but it was so freaking satisfying. My God. We got two books, 4 pages worth of new things. The Baroness herself is not writing to us. I'm going to say writing to me. She's not writing to Simon, but she's writing to us in the wider sense. She's writing, I mean, either to Simon or Herbert. I don't know which. Maybe either. Maybe she gave the cryptograph to Simon, knowing that Herbert would find it eventually, being the more puzzly of the two. And she was like, yeah, let's see who gets there. And that's why she specifically said son, wink wink, you know, whichever one of you it is. Either way, extremely amazing to actually to hear from her, to have what may be an end to our anagram puzzle in a sense. Like, this may be the final anagram, and I just need to figure out what it relates to. And then we have, my God, we have so much. We have some kind of puzzle to do with the hue and maybe the prism key. And if it does involve the prism key, I'm really excited, because I now have I have dependable access to prism key. I'm so happy about that if that's the case. And if it relates to the boxes, then it must relate to our blue door puzzle, which is very exciting. Oh my God, there's so much here. There's so much. And I can't even begin to think about what all of this means about, like, I think it must mean drafting in the house, but like, how would that even work? And so there's a lot to think about. I'm going to come back. I'm going to spend some time thinking about all of this. I'm going to come back and we're going to try some things. We're going to see some things. And at least we're going to be starting with extra steps tomorrow as well. So that's going to be nice. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope that this was a satisfying day to you as well. It sure was to me. Thank you always. You know, like, I want to periodically make sure I'm expressing my gratitude to all of you for being a part of this huge, amazing, for me, extremely fulfilling, you know, blueprints, totally blind playthrough journey. I hope it's been interesting and fun. I know at times it sure would have been frustrating, but like, thank you for seeing through. Thank you for coming on this journey with me, making, you know, like, letting me know, like, telling me, you know, like giving me so much motivation, so many positive statements, you know, so much validation. It's really been so genuinely meaningful to you, to me. I can't even tell you. But I'm trying to tell you as much as I can. Anyway, thank you to all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you do something nice to yourself, as me and my partner say this year in honor of our darling Questy, you know, who this channel is named after, along with Pixel. We say, be Questy to yourself. So I hope you can do something that is Questy to yourself today, by which we mean being kind to yourself, being nice to yourself. Take care, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.